Boom. 8:45 Wednesday night, closing workshop with the team and with the crew. So let's do this thing. I have 2 slides and I'm going to just talk to you about these. So here's the deal. There's 2 things when it comes to closing mindset and closing skill set. The first thing you want to keep in mind when you are closing, number 1, before I even go into anything that I'm about to tell you, number 1 that you need to write down in your notes is I close for my customer. I would write that down. I close for my customer. So none of what I'm about to talk about will help you if you are selling for yourself. Now, with that being said, you want to have goals for yourself that inspire you to make phone calls. You want to have goals for yourself to inspire you to call people you're chicken to call. You want to have goals for yourself to get your butt out of bed in the morning. That's exciting. And you want to inspire your customers with your goals to recommend you to more people. But the bottom line is the reason why we close, and the reason why we close with confidence and we close with inspiration and with a level of influence is for the customer. We do it because we love our product and service and what it offers to the other person. That's why we close. So if you don't have that mentality going into this workshop, you've got to have that first, that I close for my customer. How do you get there? You've got to love your product. How do you get your friend to go to the movie with you? Is because you are fired up to go to that movie with your friend and you want to share that memory and that experience with them. If I'm riding a jet ski, I used this example with one of you earlier this week. If I'm riding a jet ski and I'm hitting the waves and I'm riding this jet ski and you're on the shore and then watching me have a blast on this jet ski and I'm hitting the waves and I'm riding the jet ski and then I pull up to the shore and I say, you have got to check out one of these jet skis. This is so sick. That's not being pushy that you have to do it because I want you to do it. It's because I want you to do it for your benefit of enjoying the experience that I've already experienced. I'll say that again. I want you to enjoy the experience that I have already experienced. That is personal.
Can someone hear Mike? Or is it just me?
No.
No, he froze. You can't hear. He's lost. He gone.
I can't hear.
Mike.
Mike. Hey, Mike, where are you?
Mike.
Where's my bid?
Mike.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is my opportunity to take this.
Oh.
Amanda,
Can't
you're
believe I died. This is really
About
sad.
closing, ladies and gentlemen. So when it comes to closing, really a few key things that you need to keep in mind here. Really just don't let the customer sell you. There's a sale on every single demo. You either sell the customer or they sell you on why they're not buying today. And that's something like a mentality that I go into with every single one of my demos. It doesn't really have...
La cosa de la pintura, mira.
Yo, whoever's not, mute yourself.
Las pinturas yo las había dejado una encima de
make sure I can't mute everybody.
Palas tiradas por
Ashley,
allá.
can you mute yourself?
Tiradas por allá.
David.
Wait, no, that's
David.
okay.
I don't know what happened.
Por allá.
Hey guys, sorry about that, Mike.
Like this.
Cool. So everyone got a mute. I don't know. My computer decided, my Zoom decided to shut down in the middle of me talking. So let's all right. So if that happens, holy Lord. Okay. So if that happens again, then I'll be prepared to have my phone. Sorry about that, everybody. So I'm not sure what happened there. All right. So you can see my screen right now. Thumbs up. Yes. Can you see my screen? All right. So what we were talking about was how if I was riding that jet ski and I said, you want to try out this jet ski, I'm having you want to try the jet ski for your own benefit, not for my benefit, because I've already experienced it. So when you're selling Cutco products, you already know it's the best product in the world. You know it's going to benefit them. You know 30, 40, 50 years from now, they're not going to remember how much money they spent on it. You know that they're going to love it every day forever. How do you know that? How do you know that? Well, if you don't know that, number one, you should freaking ask anyone who owns Cutco. Anyone who owns Cutco, you should ask them, hey, so what do you think? Was it a good investment? Do you like the knives? Has it made life easier for you? Has it saved you time, money, and energy? Most of you are putting this stuff on Facebook and surprised that people saying, oh, I love my knives. Why would you be surprised by that? Of course they love their knives. Of course they're going to buy more. Like, that's everyone, everywhere. What other product do you have that you could buy one shoes every day, never have to replace it, and it'll save them money? So it starts up here. You have the best product in the world. Of course they're going to love it. Of course. And that's what keeps me with vectors, because I feel like I have the best product in the world as a vector manager, which is the ability to influence young people at an impressionable age to provide the personal, professional, financial growth opportunity. But I still love selling Cutco because it's the best consumer product in the world. So as a vector Cutco manager, I sell two great products: personal, professional, financial growth as a vector manager, and the best consumer product in the world, which is Cutco products. That's what kept me here for 16 years. I believe that to be the truth. The sky is blue, the grass is green, people benefit from working at vector marketing, and people love Cutco knives. I believe that so wholeheartedly, and that's why I can sell with passion and conviction. You think they're buying the product? They're not buying the product. They're buying your belief that they should. I would write that down. They're not buying the product. They're buying your belief that they should. So let's come back. So the questions that your customers need to have answered before you get to closing. What is closing? Closing is sign the dotted line. Right here, give me your credit card number. Let's enter this into the system. Let's get you this product line. Say yes right now, boom. Everything before you ask them, do you want to buy? You must get these questions answered during your demo. Why buy quality? What does it cost to own quality? How much do things for the home cost? Reminding them of this stuff. Why should I upgrade? Who really wins when I buy Cutco? And why should I invest in a set? Why buy quality? Well, good stuff isn't cheap and cheap stuff isn't good. If you buy cheap stuff, it's only going to last you a short period of time. That's why you should buy quality, so it lasts you a long period of time. It's going to work really well every time you use it. What does it cost to own high quality? Well, if you go buy a Bentley, it's going to be more money than the Kia. Now, Ms. Jones, I know a Kia will get you from point A to point B, but it's a lot different type of experience. That's why you get quality. I could listen to music on cheap headphones, or I could listen to music on awesome headphones. It's a different experience. I could wear shitty shoes and I could wear really comfortable shoes, and it's a different experience. That's why you get quality. And if I'm a Mac target market customer, of course I want to experience quality. Of course I want to experience quality. What does it cost for things in my home? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting in a chair right now. I'm a Mac customer. I'm sitting in a chair right now that is $250. I'm doing my work on a desk right now that is $550. We have an ultimate set of Cutco in my kitchen that's valued at $3,000. Right? Like we have a bed upstairs that is valued at $4,500. We paid $3,000 because I'm a good negotiator, but that's besides the point. So we got a $4,400 bed upstairs. What do things cost for the home? We have a freaking rocking chair that is $450. I got a massage chair upstairs it's valued at $7,000, but I bought the floor model for $3,500 because I'm a badass negotiator. But the bottom line is, I'm telling you that what do things for the home cost? Not hundreds, but thousands of dollars. And are you reminding your customers of this throughout your presentation? Hey, Ms. Jones, think of Cutco as like a refrigerator. A refrigerator, yeah, you use your refrigerator every single day. You spend over $1,000 on it. But the difference between Cutco and your fridge is you have to replace the fridge every time you move, and you have to replace the fridge probably every 10 years or so. But with your set of Cutco, you never have to replace it. It's guaranteed forever. Are you helping them understand that this is a household investment and things for the home don't cost hundreds, but they cost thousands of dollars? The next point is, why upgrade? Why upgrade? Are you explaining to your customer in some way, shape, or form that they upgrade things all the time? Miss Jones, you know, the reason why I upgrade my cell phone, Miss Jones, is because it gets outdated and it stops working. It starts getting really slow. I run out of data, and that's why I have to upgrade my phone. That's why everyone upgrades their set of Cutco. Same thing. You're eligible for an upgrade. It's time for an upgrade. You should definitely do that and upgrade your kitchen stuff to Cutco. Miss Jones, when I was playing basketball, I would upgrade my basketball shoes every season. And do you know why? Because they would get all worn down and my shoes would stop working real well. And because if I kept playing with the shoes without the grip, know what would happen? I'd probably slip on the floor and hurt myself. And every time I got a new pair of basketball shoes, it was $150 a pop. So my parents would spend $1,000 on my basketball shoes, and I don't even play sports anymore. For the same amount of money, you can invest in Cutco, upgrade your kitchen stuff, and that way you could have it forever for the same amount of money you spent for your kids' basketball shoes. Are you understanding? This is such an easy yes decision for someone in your target market. Some of you had baseball bats and softball bats that were valued at $200-300, and you had multiple bats and cleats. And the same moms that said, I can't afford Cutco, spend thousands of dollars on a sport for their kid that their kid doesn't even play anymore. What is your mindset? What are you thinking? Who's selling who? You have the best product in the world. Don't let them sell you on why they should not own it. You want to sell them on why they should. So why upgrade? Who wins when they buy Cutco? Miss Jones, know who wins when you choose to invest in Cutco? All those American factory workers have a job when you decide to buy Cutco, because they only have a job making the knives when you decide to buy. Who wins? Well, I win because this is how I pay my way through college. My manager wins because this is how he's providing for his family. Your friends that you recommend, they win because that means they get a chance to experience Cutco, and they're going to feel more confident investing in it because you did. The UPS driver, he wins because he has a job delivering those packages, because if people stop buying, they have nobody to deliver. There's no need for deliveries anymore. And most of all, know who wins is you and your family, Miss Jones, because you don't have to waste money. You don't have to waste time. You don't have to waste energy, and you have a product line for the rest of your life. So who wins? Everyone wins. Everyone wins when you invest in Cutco. Do they understand that? Do they understand that on your appointment? And lastly, why invest in a set? Why invest in a set? Well, duh. Why would you get if I went to a golf club shop, I went to go buy a set of golf clubs, and I said, hey, I'm new to golf. I'm going to get a set of golf clubs. If they gave me 2 clubs and said, here's 2 clubs, good luck today, I would be so lost on the golf course, and I would have a very terrible golf game. And not only that, I would go back to the salesperson and say, you provided me a disservice. You said I could have a good round of golf with these 2 clubs, and I suck. It's your fault. You know, there's a club if I'm on the green, there's a club called the putter. If I want to hit the ball really far, I have a club called the driver. Now I have a club in my bag. I don't like to use it. It's called a sand wedge. Because every time that means I have to use that club. That means I'm stuck in the sand. I don't like to use that club, right? But I have it just in case I need it. It's a different club for a different shot on the golf course. That's why you should get a set, Miss Jones. You might only cook certain things right now, but in 50 years, 20 years, 30 years, think about 20 years ago, Miss Jones. Did your cooking style, is it identical to what you did 20 years ago? Who knows what your cooking style is going to be in 20 years from now? So that means you should get a set. So that way, whatever cooking style you adapt to in the next 20 years, you at least have the right tools for that. So get the right tool for the right job by getting a set. I don't care what size set, Miss Jones. We have different size sets. We have starter sets. We have family sets. We have large sets. We have small sets. I don't care what size set you get, but you got to get a set, Miss Jones. It makes the most sense for you and your family. Why else invest in a set? Because it saves you money. Miss Jones, if you buy piece by piece by piece by piece by piece over time, you're going to spend a lot more money than just doing it as a package deal. You could go to McDonald's and buy the burger, fries, and the drink individually, and it's more money. It makes sense to get the package deal. Why else get a set? You get a bunch of free stuff when you get a set. And Miss Jones, I'm not talking about a free duffel bag. I'm talking about more free Cutco that also lasts forever. You're going to love this stuff. Free stuff. Safer. Miss Jones, all of your sets come with a cutting board to protect the knife's edges, which are also guaranteed forever. And all of our sets also come in a block or a storage unit, so that way it protects you and your family from razor sharp kitchen knives. And also the best part, in my opinion, Miss Jones, is you could try out a set for a little fifth deposit. A little fifth deposit. So Miss Jones, say for example, you want to get like $1,000 set or even a $500 set today. you put down a little fifth deposit on that. So it'd only be like 100 or 200 bucks. Okay. And here's what's cool. We give you more free stuff. So if you put down whatever you put down, we match that in free Cutco. So if you put down 100 bucks today, I'll give you $100 in free Cutco. You put down 200 bucks today, I'll give you $200 in free Cutco. So whatever you put down as a fifth, that's what we give you in free Cutco. So if you want to get $1,000 in Cutco today, we'll send you $1,200 in Cutco. All you did was put down 200, and you could try it out and make sure you love it. And if you're not satisfied, no big deal. Send Cutco back, get easy cooking, and we'll send you your $200 back. Same thing. You put down a little fifth of 100 bucks today, we'll send you $600 in free Cutco or $600 in Cutco. Put down a little fifth deposit, try it out, make sure you love it. If you don't love it, no big deal. The 100 bucks is fully refundable. Ms. Jones, think about it. What else are you doing for the next 3 weeks? Probably cooking. What better way to spend the quarantine than use Cutco in your kitchen for only 100 bucks today? And you get a chance to try out $600 worth of products to make sure you love it. What better way to spend the next 3 weeks than get creative in your kitchen and using an awesome high quality product? So what do you think, Ms. Jones? Did you want to invest and try it a set today? Know why I could be confident and passionate in that? Because I believe that to be the truth, that's in their best interest. So what is closing? Closing is a mindset. Closing comes from having the customer's best interest in mind. And you want to have all these questions answered before you even get to anything about asking them, do you want to buy? So now let me go ahead and give you some tips on closing throughout the demo. Closing throughout the demo. So these are the 6 keys to closing throughout the demo. So let me go ahead and make this larger for you. So that way, if you take a picture, you want to take some notes. So number 1, you got to create an open mind. When you start the appointment, the very beginning, you must transition from a phone call that says, Ms. Jones, you don't have to buy anything. I get paid to show it to you. You must transition them from, like I said on the phone, you don't have to buy anything. I get paid to show this to you. And it helps me with my scholarship either way. And transition into, hey, Ms. Jones, like I said on the phone, you don't have to get anything. Please, in fact, don't buy Cutco because of me and my goals. But here's what I will ask you, is to at least have an open mind when you see Cutco, because I believe it will save you time, money, and energy, just like the other 16 million people who decide to invest in a set of Cutco. Ms. Jones, out of 16 million people who own Cutco, how many of them do you think already had knives before they sat through a presentation like this? All of them, right? Yeah. Do you know why they decided to invest in Cutco even though they already had a set of knives? Well, that's what I'm going to explain to you today. And if I do my job well enough, and if you have an open mind, you will have 16,000,001 customers at the end of this appointment. Not because of me and my goals, and not because of me and my scholarship, just because you'll see how good of a value Cutco is. So is it okay with you if we have fun today? Is that okay? But is it also, can you at least give yourself permission to have an open mind, even though you didn't plan on spending any money today? I totally understand if that's the case, but can you at least have an open mind just in case this is a product that you feel like could save your family time, money, and energy? And if it is a good investment, you'd at least be open to saying yes today if it is a good deal for you and your family. You must create that environment for them to say yes before you start your presentation. Some of your customers want to buy, but they're not giving themselves permission in the beginning. So know what happens? You get to the end of the demo and they say, oh, yeah, I'm sold, but I didn't plan on buying today. Call me back next week. Call me back in a month. Call me back tomorrow. The reason why you're getting the call me back tomorrow is not because the entire rest of your presentation could have been spot on perfect, but because you didn't give them a chance to have an open mind in the beginning. They were thinking to themselves the entire demonstration, this might be nice later. Maybe I'll get this at some point in my life. Versus them saying to themselves, maybe I will get this today. Hey, if this is a good deal for me, if this salesperson and this college kid says, gives me a good deal, I'll do this today. I'll do this today. I'll make the decision today. You want to give them permission to say that to themselves throughout the demo, not at the end, in the beginning. So how do you get your customer to say that conversation to themselves in the beginning? Is you say things like, Ms. Jones, listen, I know for a fact you're not planning on getting anything today. Ready? I'll role play it with you. Ready? Ms. Jones, are you in a position right now where you're probably not wanting to spend a lot of money or like any money, like you're kind of being a little cautious with how you're spending money right now? Is that the case right now? Yeah, I'm hearing that all the time right now. I'm hearing that all the time right now, Miss Jones. What's really interesting, even though I'm hearing that all the time, and there's like 30,000 of me across the country that are hearing this, Cutco's still selling millions and millions of dollars worth of Cutco. In fact, on average right now, we're having every 66 seconds, someone is making a sale. Can you believe that? Every 66 seconds, someone's buying Cutco right now. We're doing $270 million in business right now each year. So here's the thing, Miss Jones. I know you don't plan on getting anything. I know you're probably a little cautious right now with how you're spending your money. But the reason why everyone's getting Cutco is because it's a really good investment. And everyone that's buying Cutco and investing in it, they're budget-minded consumers. They don't want to waste money. They want to invest their money into items that make sense. So during this presentation today, if you feel that Cutco makes sense for you and your family, all I ask you to do is make the decision today. That's all I ask you to do. Make the decision today. Because of my goals and because of my contest, in honor of those contests, I will give you a sick deal. I will give you tons of free stuff by deciding today versus waiting till later. Is that a fair deal, Ms. Jones, that if you do love Cutco, you'll do it today and I'll give you a bunch of free stuff to try it out versus waiting till later if you were ever going to do it? Is that a fair deal? You'll at least have an open mind to that? Cool. Pinky promise? All right. But most important, will you have fun with me today? Yes? Awesome. Let's have fun. Cool. That if you're not starting your demo, if you're not spending the extra 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes in the beginning of the appointment to create an open mind for your customer, you want to start immediately. Immediately getting your customer into the buying atmosphere today. Create an open mind. Next one, get a yes throughout. How do I get a yes throughout my demonstration? You want to ask questions the entire time that require your customer to say the word yes. To say the word yes. The entire presentation, you want to get your customer to say the word yes throughout the demo. How do you get your customer to say the word yes throughout the demo? You want to ask questions that require them to say yes throughout the demo. What are some yes questions that you might have your customers ask? Do you see how that works? Doesn't that make sense? Do you see how that fits in your hand? Wouldn't that make life easier for you? Isn't that really cool? Do you see how that works? Isn't that awesome? Don't you hate when that happens? Right? Like, these are the questions that you want to ask throughout your entire presentation. Yes, 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 yes. I see how that works. Yes, that makes sense. You want to ask yes questions during the entire appointment. So here's a couple of great yes questions that you could take a picture of that you could show, that you could use during your presentation, during the appointment. If you ever have a customer say no, you got to get them to say yes 10 more times. Miss Jones, would you ever use that spatula spreader? No? Alarms go off. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to get my customer to say the word yes. How do I do that? Could you see how a spatula spreader can make life a little bit easier for you if you had that over 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Maybe. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Whatever you need to do to get your customer to say 10 yeses for every one no they might say. Did you see that? Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Do you see how one of those, do you see how that's used? Yeah. Do you see how that would save a little bit of time? Yeah. Right? Yeses throughout the entire presentation. It is so critical. The next one, you want to nail 5 reasons on why a set makes the most sense. I don't care what size set. It doesn't matter if it's large, big, small, family, or starter. It doesn't matter, but a set makes the most sense. 5 reasons: right tool, discounted, free stuff, safer, 5-pay. Right tool, discounted, free stuff, safer, 5-pay. Right tool, discounted, free stuff, safer, 5-pay. You want to say that after the video plays. So if you're doing the virtual demo, the one we taught you last week, and the video plays, and then it's at the end of the video, and you transition into the Cutco product. Let me make this crystal clear for you. I'll even pull up the demonstration. yourcutcodemo.com. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up. Watch this. I will show you exactly what I would do on every presentation. right as soon as it starts. Miss Jones, do you see the set on your screen? Well, I'm going to show you why 16 million people chose to invest in a set of Cutco today. All right. And if I do my job well enough, it'll be 16 million and one, but not because of my goals, but because Cutco is such a great investment. Do you know why 16 million people chose to invest in Cutco, even though they already had knives? Well, that's what I'm going to explain to you today. All right. That's why we're going to do this. I'm going to explain why 16 million people own it, why we've been in business for 70 years. And, all I ask is you have an open mind. If you feel like this would be a good product for you, even though you didn't plan on investing in anything, just have an open mind because it might save you time, money, and energy. So these are the goals. This is why I'm doing this. Yada, yada, yada. Boom. We watch this video. Before I have my customer click this play button, I'm going to say something like, now, Ms. Jones, before we watch this video, it's about 10 minutes. I just want to let you know that what you're about to see is it's my opinion, the best consumer product in the world. And the reason why, it's the only product that you can buy once, use every day, never replace, and it'll actually save you money. So if you feel like this could be a good investment for you and your family, all I ask you is have an open mind when you watch this video and see if it might make sense. And at the end, I'll show you all of our different set options. And we have all different size sets. There's large sets, small sets, medium sets. But it's the most sense because you get the right tool for the right job. You get a built-in discount. You get a bunch of free stuff. They're also safer, and you can do a 5-pay installment plan on it. So just have an open mind, okay? Check this out. Boom, watch the video. The video ends. What am I going to do? I'll start you by showing you the Cutco basic set. So Ms. Jones, just like I just said before the video, isn't that really cool? Do you see why everyone gets Cutco? Isn't that awesome? Do you see why it's a great product? Now, I want to show you a few different sets. Now we have our basic set first. That's where I'm going to start. Now we have larger sets. We have starter set. I'm going to start there because it's been the most purchased set of Cutco since 1949. And you can see you get it in the black, white, or red, which is really beautiful. We're going to start there. Let me show you what comes in that set. Go ahead and click. Boom. It comes with 7 knives, 2 forks, and a spatula, blah, blah, blah. And then I start going into my appointment. And I start going into the names and uses. But I created the framework for my customer to have the right mentality of why sets make the most sense before I show them the knives. The next one, make the numbers visual. Make the numbers visual. What I mean by make the numbers visual is I want to write things down. So on my Zoom, if I'm doing Zoom, I would use this whiteboard feature. I would say, Ms. Jones, the average person spends $10 on a knife. And if they have 8 knives in a set, they're going to spend $80 on a set of knives that really aren't very good. Not only that, if they replace them over a 20-year period or 20 times over a 40-year period, they're going to spend $1,600 on knives that really aren't very good. I know the video kind of hit on that, but I think that's really important for you to keep in mind that if you don't invest in Cutco today, you're going to spend money regardless. Ms. Jones, before I show you the prices of Cutco, Cutco inspires people to eat out less. So if you eat out 1 less time per month, especially right now with the pandemic, no more getting those dirty martinis, no more going out to hibachi dinners. You're going to be cooking at home. That's already $720 this year that you could save with 1 less meal. Nevertheless, you're probably having 3 less meals. Over the course of a 25-year period, Ms. Jones, that's going to save you $18,000 that you now have to spend on anything else you want. What could you do with an extra $18,000? Ms. Jones, here's what I'll tell you. Cutco is one of the only products in the world. Remember I said that you could buy once. So B, buy once. U, use every day. Use daily. B, buy once. U, use daily. N, never replace. Can you all see my whiteboard right now? Thumbs up. Okay, cool. S, saves money. Ms. Jones, so what does that spell? Buns. So you got to protect your buns. You got to get Cutco. I don't want you to waste 18 grand. I don't want you to waste 1,600 bucks. Here's what's crazy about Cutco, Ms. Jones. By getting a set, you begin to enjoy the benefits immediately. So if you choose not to get Cutco, you're still going to use these low quality knives and eventually buy Cutco. If you eventually buy Cutco, the price is, and you just wasted time and energy using low quality stuff. You might as well do it now. It just makes sense to do it now. It just makes sense to do it today. How many times are you saying it just makes sense? And by the way, if you are getting some light bulbs as we're doing this, I hope you're posting them in the chat. I hope that when I look at that chat here in a little bit, it is blown up with light bulbs and takeaways and hot ideas of things that you're like, holy shit, I can't wait to do my next demo. I'm about to sell so much Cutco, my face is going to fall off. My bank account is going to triple in size because of how much Cutco I'm going to help people own. I hope that chat is blowing up. I can't see it because I only see my screen share, but I hope that's the case right now. Make money, make the numbers visual. My final 2 points before I wrap up is questions before the drop down. The questions before the drop down. So here's the deal. If I'm going to drop down and ask my customer, if I'm going to close, so say I close the deal with my customer. I say, so Ms. Jones, the beautiful thing about Cutco is it's not $4,000 because it's not sold in stores. Isn't that awesome? Because if that set was in stores, it would have to be $4,000. But since it's not, we don't have to charge that much. As a matter of fact, it's even less than the Wusthof set of $3,400, which a lot of people find surprising because of the superior quality of Cutco. Your entire Homemaker Plus 8 set, Ms. Jones, is only $1,326 paid in full. Isn't that awesome? It's like a third of the price of the competitor and triple the quality. You see why everyone gets this stuff? And here's the best part. Remember I said you could try it out? It's only $265 a month plus tax. So $265 plus tax per month for 5 months. That's it. $265 a month plus tax for 5 months, no interest. So all you'd put down today, Ms. Jones, on your credit card is $265. If you want to do this today, I will give you an additional $265 in free Cutco that you could also try out. So you're getting over $1,500 in Cutco, but you're only putting down $265 today to try it all out. Worst case scenario, this is 100% fully refundable. Best case scenario, you keep it and it's only $265 a month 4 more times and you'll have it forever. So Ms. Jones, what do you think? Does that work for you? Now, if your close does not sound like that, it should. That's training. That's training. I have lots of videos that could go through that. But here's what I want to say. After you do that, you want to ask questions before you drop down. Before you show them anything else, you need to investigate. Investigate before you navigate, if you want to make it sound fun, right? But investigate before you drop down, right? So check it out. You got to say something like this. Ready? Ms. Jones, if we were to pretend to role play. Ms. Jones, did you want to do that today? No? No problem. Did you like Cutco though? It was pretty cool, right? Do you feel like you would use it if you had it? Yeah. How often do you think, especially during this pandemic, how often do you think you would use Cutco? Yeah, probably all the time, right? I know I'm 18 years old. I'm broke college kid and I use my Cutco in the kitchen. I have some Cutco that I use. Now, granted, I kind of strong-armed my mom to get it, but the fact is we use it all the time. I have my own Cutco that the company let me borrow. In fact, by the way, side note, I invite you to buy your sample set so you can say with conviction and say, Ms. Jones, I bought my own set of Cutco. Guys, for $90, you get your sample kit. Buy that shit. Go sell some knives, take your paycheck and buy it so you can tell your customers square in the eye, Ms. Jones, I own a set of Cutco. I took my hard-earned money and bought a set for myself because that's how much I believe in the product line. I use it all the time. I'm in the kitchen cooking with my mom. And as even a broke college kid, I have this stuff. Why? Because I'm only 20, but I'm going to have this till I'm 80. 60 years, I'm going to have the same set. So Ms. Jones, if you like it and you would use it and you feel like you would get value out of it, if you don't mind me asking, what are you unsure of right now? Got it. Your husband just lost his job. You know, you got the pandemic. You got all this going on. I totally understand. Totally understand. But here's the thing, Ms. Jones. I know you love it and you would use it. So let me show you this other option that I think might work better for you and your family. If you don't want to get it, no big deal, but I have to show it to you because you said you like it and you would use it. And if you like Cutco and you would use Cutco, I've got to show you this next option. This next option is called the galley set. Now, let me ask you this, Ms. Jones. You're not going to carve a turkey every single day, right? No. Then it wouldn't make sense to spend money on items you would never use. Let me show you a set that's a few less knives, but it's a lot less money. This one is awesome. We had 18,000 families invest in this set of Cutco last year. 18,000. You might be 18,001. Let me show you this one. Ready? Boom. And then you transition. And then you ask them, do you want to buy? And now how do I ask them, do you want to buy? I go to my whiteboard. I write down the price and I put it right here. The price of the galley set, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Say it's $986. I have no idea what the price is. Don't quote me on these prices, but let's say it's $195 plus tax, whatever it is. You got the prices. I don't have them, right? Let's say that's the price. So it's only $195. What do you think? Does that work a little bit better for you? Or would you like me to show you another option? Okay, I'll show you another option. Let me ask you, Ms. Jones, before I show you that other option, out of these tools that come in this galley set, which one do you think you would use the least? The fork? Would you use a block? No? Cool. And you'd use the table knives, right? The ones that cut the leather? Yeah, how many? Oh, awesome. Well, let me show you another set then. So no fork, no block, table knives. Now this have blocks, so these aren't the best ones for you. No fork, no block. All knife set, no fork, no block. We could add on 4 table knives. That is your perfect set, Miss Jones. You get a carver for your meats, vegetable chopper, spatula spare for sandwiches, a tomato knife, and a little fruit knife for the air. Cutting board, sharpener, and a tray. What do you think, Miss Jones? Is that a great set for you? Can I give you a price on that set? Ready? Do you have socks on, Miss Jones? You do? I'm about to knock them off. Are you ready for this, Miss Jones? We're not ready for this. Watch how everyone gets. This is where everyone says yes, Miss Jones. So I call this the Chipotle set. The Chipotle set, here's how it works. It's $500, whatever it is. You put $100 down on your credit card today. Ready? The reason why I call this a Chipotle set is because that is $25 a week, and that is exactly what my friends and I spend on Chipotle every week. And by the way, that's $25 between you and your husband. Now, I know you said your husband's right now temporary leave of absence at his work. I totally understand that 100%. But $25 a week right now on your credit card, or $100 a month right now, not even a month, it's just $100 to try it out. Miss Jones, just hear me out here real fast. If you put down $100 on your credit card today, I know, I totally understand you don't want to just waste money, but if you just put $100 on your credit card today, I will send you the $500 set plus an additional $100 in free Cutco. So you're going to get $600 in Cutco today, and all it is $100 on your credit card. From the day you get it, you'll get 3 weeks to think about it and use it and cut up everything in sight. The worst thing that's going to happen, Miss Jones, worst case scenario, you talk to your husband before you have to pay the credit card company, because you know how credit cards work. You have 30 days before you have to pay the credit card company, right? So before you have to pay the credit card company, you send everything back. And you will get 100% refund of the $100, 100% refund of the $100. You send everything back. I will send you a shipping label. UPS will come to your door, and you have easy, fun, awesome cooking with the world's best kitchen cutlery for 3 weeks. Miss Jones, if you had a chance to drive a Ferrari for 3 weeks, no hassle, wouldn't you want to drive the Ferrari? I'm giving you a chance to take a Ferrari for a test drive for 3 weeks. You get $600 in Cutco. You'll have it every day forever. And if you don't love it, no big deal. No harm, no foul. It's 100% refundable. But here's the best part. If you love it, it's only the price of Chipotle, $25 a week. So what do you think, Miss Jones? Did you want to just at least try out the set, get $600 of Cutco to try? I'll give you the $100 for a free. Super Here's cheese knife, ice cream scoop. Try it out and make sure you and your family love it. What do you think? No? No sweat. Let me ask you this, Miss Jones. Let me ask you this, okay? Out of these tools that come in this set, right, what would be your most used items? This is a whole list because we have a pick 5, get a free pair of super shears or 4 table knives for free. If you get to a $300 order, Miss Jones, I could do the same deal for you. $100, I'll give you $100 in free Cutco, $300 order. You try it out, and it's only over 3 months versus 5 months. A little bit less to bite off. That way, if you keep it, you'll love it. Miss Jones, what do you think? $25 a week Chipotle? Ladies and gentlemen, what is closing? Closing is something you do for and with your customer. What is closing? Closing is closing for them. Them, not you. I'm not saying, Miss Jones, you need to get this set of Cutco so I could hit my goal. I'm not saying you should try out this set of Cutco so I could hit my goal. I'm saying you should try out this set of Cutco because you're stuck in your damn house for the next 3 weeks anyway, and you might as well put $100 in your credit card and send the stuff back if you don't like it or if you can't afford it before you even have to pay the credit card company. Some of y'all don't know how credit cards work. If I swipe my credit card for $100, I don't have to pay the credit card company back for 30 days. I can mail my stuff back up to Cutco and literally have there's no risk at all, except I got easy cooking for literally 3 weeks during the quarantine. Even if your cancellation ratio increases, even if you sell 8 out of 10 times and 2 out of the 8 decide to send their Cutco back, you're still selling 6 out of 10 times. Increase your closing percentage by having your customers try it out with a small little deposit. So to close up my closing workshop today, stop being a freaking wimp and stop closing for you. Close for your customers. Be a closer. Stop being a wimp. Help them own Cutco. If you love them, help them own it. What do you want them to use? Their old crappy stuff for the next 3 weeks? Why? Do you hate them that much? Don't let them sell you on why they shouldn't try it out. You sell them on why they have to, why they need to try that jet ski, not because of you. You already know how awesome the jet ski is. Tell them to ride the jet ski because it's in their best interest to experience this ride of a lifetime. So that is my 45-minute closing workshop. I hope you got some value from this. I'm going to go ahead and peek at the 121 comments that we have, which is awesome. Thank you for your participation. I'm going to stop recording right now, and I'll pause recording. I'll pause. So here's the deal. If you're a doctor and you have a patient that comes to you with an illness, and you say, "Oh, patient, I really think that you should really take care of yourself because it's going to be in your best interest if you take the medicine and do the exercises, but if you don't, it's okay." No, I'm tired all the time and I'm groggy and I'm upset. I don't feel like taking my medicine and doing my exercises. Oh, okay. Why don't you call me back later when you're ready to take the medicine and do the exercises? Because I'm going to stay in business for only another week. My practice is probably going to shut down and I'm being a giant, big wimp. And I'm not cut out for business or sales because I'm a giant wimp. That's what you sound like. That doctor is going to be out of business very fast. That doctor needs to look their patient in the eye and say, "Listen, I know you're groggy. I know you're in pain, and I know you're upset. But the bottom line is you're either going to stay in pain for the next several years of your life, or you could go through the inconvenience of doing the exercise and taking the medicine during the next several weeks and enjoy the benefits for the rest of your life. The choice is yours, but as your doctor, I'm here to influence you and tell you to make sure that you do this and follow through because it's in your best interest. And I want you to come back to me, and I want you to give me referrals when you get better." So do we have an agreement that when I follow up with you next week, you're going to tell me that you're taking the medicine and doing the exercises so that way you could get better, and then you can recommend all your friends and family to me so I can heal them too, and that way I could stay in business for the next 40 years and run a great practice? Thank you, patient. Because I'm a good salesperson. I'm a good business owner. I'm a person of influence, and I care about my patient. So start caring about your clients and stop being so selfish. Close for them. I had to capture that. So we'll go to Jess. Jess, what is something you need to hear today?
Something I needed to hear was just setting up the demo in the right mindset. I could do the rest of the demo flawlessly, but if I don't get that first part of opening their mind, letting them know that I do not want them to buy Cutco for me or for my goals, I would only want them to get it for themselves. Allowing them to make a purchase, allowing them to make a purchase, and then giving all the reasons of why it only makes sense to do it today. Like, Miss Jones, I would be doing you a huge disservice if I made you pay double, triple what you would pay today if I didn't at least do my best to get you to get it in your kitchen today. And then also one thing to piggyback off of that is the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that you test drive it for a month. You have the world's finest set of cutlery in your kitchen for a month, and then you send it back. That's the worst case.
Excellent. Thank you, Jess.
Yeah, Mike. Honestly, I just got really fired up. I appreciate, you letting me hop on, and letting Anthony hop on. I think we really got some value from that. But I mean, there was just so many light bulbs. So first of all, just everything at the beginning, just opening up the customer's mind. She's going into this, she's thinking she is absolutely not going to buy because there's so many things going on in her life. But you just taking down that wall, just lets her think that there's a possibility she might walk out of this with, a nice set of knives. That was the main thing. But really just hearing you talk about closing is just always a light bulb. So thanks, Mike.
Awesome. Thanks, Mason. What did you need to hear today, Cecilia?
So one thing I definitely needed to hear was not being like a wimp. So don't be that person that's like, oh, I'll just give you a call back just to follow up. Like, make sure they make the decision today. And then also you also have to emphasize that 15-day trial, which if the worst case scenario, they could charge it to their card and then just pay it back, or send it back to avoid the interest or anything. And then also letting them know, you're already wasting knives. You're already wasting money just buying, the crappy knives, and you're having to replace it all the time. And you're going out to eat. You're going to save money anyway by not going out to eat, and you won't have to replace the knives anyway.
Yeah, the money you were going to spend eating out, you don't have to spend anymore because you're eating at home right now. We're in quarantine. So at least take $100 out of that and get some stuff, right? Love that. Love that. Let's go to Tierra, and then Lizzie.
Well, a couple of things. Good things aren't cheap, and cheap things aren't good. That was one thing I needed to hear. Mrs. Jones, do you see that set on your screen? I'm going to show you exactly why 16 million people chose to invest in Cutco, and if I do my job good, 16 million and one. She's going to be like, oh, shit, okay. Or Mrs. Jones, you know why 16 million people chose to invest in Cutco? Cool, that's why I'm here. Let me show you. Just like you said, just setting up the right mind frame, and then the whole Lamborghini Ferrari thing. If you had a chance to drive it for 3 weeks, wouldn't you go for it? Just go for it.
Love that. Thanks, T. Let's go to Lizzie. And then Luke, I don't know if Luke had his hand up before at some point, but.
My biggest takeaway was just, Luke, mute yours. Takeaway was just really taking ownership in your results. That's not something that you said, but that's something that I got from it. Just letting them know in the beginning, hey, I know you're not planning to buy anything, but if you did, I'm going to need you to do it today, and then list out all of the reasons. That's why when it gets to the end and they're like, honey, I don't think today is a good time. That's on you. That's not on them. That's you. You have to take ownership for it. So just remember, take ownership and take autonomy of your results.
Excellent. Luke, what about you, brother? What were you going to say? And then we'll go to Chris, and then I'll wrap up.
Yeah, Mike, I was just telling my team it's one of the better closing workshops I've ever heard, especially with, this new demo and everything. I think especially the concept of closing throughout, with the video kind of replacing a little bit of our traditional demo, closing throughout is more important than it's ever been, and especially creating that open mind. That's a good portion of the demo is creating the open mind. I love how you gave specific points of that demo where, you can do this in the opening. You can do this right when they open it up and they see the set on the front page. You can do this right before the video, this right after the video, and it flows so nicely. So I'm going to be rewatching this and documenting it and using it for coaching and sales workshops moving forward. So thank you.
Awesome. So I just want to say it was a really solid point that you made on how Cutco is a long-term investment for the home. Because someone may say that, I can't justify making that purchase on this, but they can justify, purchasing a TV or a refrigerator or any sort of investment in the home that will eventually need to be replaced, where Cutco does not need to be replaced.
Yep. That's a great reminder that you caught there. So comparing it to other things in their home that they've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on, right? And Cutco is something they never have to replace. So thank you all for joining. I'll stick around for any questions. I'm going to stop recording now.